Hello. So our goal is to develop an automatic tool for carotid wall segmentation. And nowadays, it's not so much a question of whether we can do this with deep learning, but whether the deep learning model we make is going to be usable. So in medical imaging, deep learning models tend to lack generalizability. That is, when they're tested on a new data set, they tend to perform poorly. So this continues to be a big problem in medical imaging because of the limited access to data sets. So we ask, if we only have access to an old existing data set, how can we train that model so that it can be applied better to new future data sets? So specifically in our case, we had annotated data in multiple contrasts from a previous study called the AIM-HI. So we would like to be able to make a model using this data so that we can avoid having to manually segment everything from scratch on this new data set, which we are in the process of collecting images for. And this new data set, which is called the CARDIS data set, this was collected using a different imaging protocol and different image acquisition sequence than what was in the old data set. So we proposed the following changes to UNet to make it better at learning domain invariant features. In particular, this included learning to segment the carotids in multiple image contrasts instead of only the contrast of interest. And we added an adversarial classifier. The explanation behind these two things can be found in the poster. So here are segmentation results using the new data set. Ultimately, training on multiple contrasts had greater impact on the ability for the model to generalize to the new data set. Where we did see an improvement from the adversarial classifier, though, was when we tested on contrast-enhanced images in the new data set. And that's noteworthy because our training set did not include contrast-enhanced images. Another indication that the adversarial model learned to generalize better was that it was more likely to erroneously segment non-carotid vessels. However, this is preferable to under-segmentations for reasons that we also explain in the poster. And over there, poster number 6, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you.